Alright, so I've been blowing my phone up wanting to know what happened at Sick Week. So here's what happened at Sick Week. So you guys know that about the valves on the gold car. And I came down here to get this motor, and I was going to shove this motor in it. But there's a Tahoe sitting right there and 8 inches of snow, and that motherfucker would not start. So couldn't get to my butternut car, couldn't get to my Gibbs truck, couldn't get to the blown truck, couldn't get to nothing else to drive. And my brother said, hey, just take the 69. You guys seen a little video of me out playing with it on the street, 69 Camaro, it's all set up. DSE suspension shit. It's a pro touring car. It's a full-blown pro touring car. But I thought, well, at least I'll go have some fun. Me and Brantley get to spend our time together. So the Anvil trailer that we brought back to sell, before I ever even got it advertised for sale, it was sold to a friend of mine. So I was actually going to rent a U-Haul trailer, pull the Camaro out there, and on the way pick up my red trailer from Mike, who just fixed all the hail damage on it. And then I called Robin and said, hey, because Robin got my stacker, and he's going to build me another one, because Robin, it's already set up. Robin's used it last year, and it's just easier on everybody. I told Robin, I said, I'll take the stacker down there and drop it off and pick up my trailer if you want me to. Well, he didn't have everything unloaded. He said, well, why don't you just use my car trailer? He said, I'll pick it up when I come back, when I take the stacker down there and drop it off. So it's a high dollar air ride. The whole trailer lowers down. And I thought, well, hell, yeah, that'd be nice. That way I don't have to fuck with a U-Haul or trying to return it or any of that. So off like I heard turtles I went. When we were getting on I-40 first, when it snows, the trailer's sitting out in front of my house. Stacy parked it in front of the house. One of my neighbors, in their infinite wisdom, which I understand things happen, pisses me off somebody didn't say something. Somebody hit the trailer and bent it in on the outside rail a little bit. Of course, I sent a picture to Robin and said, hey, dude, was this done or did this happen under my watch? He said, nope, it was brand new, so that happened under my watch. So I felt pretty bad about that. He just giggled and laughed, and I said, don't worry, dude, I'll fix it before he goes back. Then Brantley and I would go load the car up, because it's been sitting over at a friend of mine and my brother's. We load the car up, put it on the trailer, we haul ass. When I'm getting on 240, I'm on 240, getting on I-40. Just as I get on I-40, semi-truck drops a ball of ice the size of a fucking beach ball right in front of me. Usually when those hit, you guys have all seen them fall out. They hit, they boom into a million pieces. About 4 pieces went off this, went underneath my truck, knocked all the wiring out for the taillights, hit the jack on Robin's trailer, and there's a box about this big in the front of that trailer where all the air control valves and shit are. It hits the box, bends the box in, buckles the lid, kicks it up in the air. I didn't even know he'd done that until I looked down. The lights were blinking saying trailer disconnected. So I pull over. It's fucked up. I mean, it bent it in, it shoved it in that far. And there's no pulling it back out. Well, all that shit, and it's a welded on deal. So called Mike, told him, I said, dude, I need you to fix this trailer as quick as possible. And really, Robin's a great guy. And if you guys, some of you, I guess, don't understand, but Robin is one of my closest friends. And I love that guy to death. And he'll do anything for anybody. And by the way, Robin's a big boy. And he ain't no fucking pussy either. Robin does have a side of him that most people don't know about. But I ain't scared of him. His wife, on the other hand, who the fucking trailer belongs to, oh yeah. Yeah, that bums me out. Because I don't want her on my ass. So I promise that trailer's being fixed as we speak. So we're through all the debacles. So we thought. Brantley and I get to the...
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So we're going to meet with Tyree. We're going to meet up and stay in Ocala. So I told Stacy, find me a motel room. She gets a motel room. Now, Stacy can testify to this. I have taken my 34-foot, that red trailer, on my dually, loaded to the hilt through the fucking McDonald's drive-thru. Haven't I? Mm-hmm. I'll take you through a drive-thru. Mm-hmm. I can put that trailer in places people are scared to drive my dually in. Mm-hmm. I drive by the motel, And called Stacy, said, there ain't no fucking way I can get in here. There was absolutely no way. That parking lot was so small. I mean, hell, my truck would want to jump the curb going into it. And it's got a big sign that says, trailers not allowed, don't enter, you can't get out. And they weren't bullshitting. So I wasn't even going to attempt it. Oh, back up for a second. When I met with Mike to swap the trailers, I fire the car up, get it halfway out of the trailer, and it runs out of gas. We got a winch, that's no big deal. Roll it out. Rolled it on up in there, buckled it down, and away we went. So I drive all around trying to find a parking lot that's even close. Well, there is no close parking lot. And if there is a parking lot, it's got a 6-foot fucking fence up and big signs out there that says, if you are not a hotel guest, we will have to tow your shit. So Brantley goes, Papa, what are we going to do? I said, we got to find a Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel's always got RV parking, and they'll let anybody park in there. They're super cool people. So it was right down the road from the motel. So we go over there, and I start to unload the car, and I thought, it ain't got no gas. There was no gas jug in the race trailer. So I tried to find a spot where I could pull the trailer and the truck alongside it, maybe roll the car out with a winch, stick some gas in it. Never gonna happen. Because down there, their parking is so scarce, I guess, they shrink everything up, and I couldn't get close enough. So I buy a $23 fucking 3-gallon gas jug, and I put 3 gallons in it, dump it in the car. Put 3 gallons in it, dump it in the car. We go to Cracker Barrel, we drop the gate, roll the car out, get 2 flat tires. So, well, 2 really, really low tires. One had like 11 pounds of air and the other one had 12 pounds of air, but they were staggered from each other. So Brantley and I get in the car, we go to Walmart, we buy a pump so we can air the tires up. Because, of course, one of the things, that we didn't take hardly anything out of the race trailer, but we did take the compressor out of it. We did take the generator out of it. So we go to Walmart, 3 miles down the road, we pick up air compressor. We air up the tires in the parking lot. Good to go. Brandon and I go get some grocery shopping done. We pull back into the hotel parking lot. Steam's coming out from underneath the hood. I thought, oh shit, what's this? So I popped the hood on, the radiator cap's loose. I thought, well, okay, so maybe check the water in it, just didn't put the cap back on. So we're good. So we thought. I put a gallon of water in it, loaded it up in the trailer, off we went to sick week. Well, out there we sat in the tech line all day long. Brantley asked me, he said, Papa, what are we doing? I said, we got to take the car in. You guys understand, Brantley has never seen me take a car in because everybody knows who I am and pretty much knows the car, and they just
never even heard that word.
Huh?
He's probably never even heard that
word.
Oh,
he probably hasn't. He probably never has heard tech.
No.
So I kind of said I just told him, I said, it's something we have to do. He goes, we never done it before. I said, well, we have to do it now, okay? About 2 hours later, he goes, Papa, can't you explain this tech thing to me? This is not about racing, and it's not very much fun. I said, I get it, dude, but we got to do it. So we get the car through tech, and by that time, now I drove straight through, of course, going down, and I told, I said, Brantley, I said, you want to go over to the deal night and eat dinner? He goes, no, Papa, I really want to get me some rest. I said, okay, so we're going to the motel. We get 4 miles down the road, car's 160, all of a sudden it goes 260. Buries the gauge. Car loses power. Immediately pull it over, throw it up in neutral, shut the car off. We coast for a long ways, get up to a stoplight, get out, take the radiator cap off. No agua that I can see. Steam everywhere, and I can see where it's been blow by out of the valve covers. So I drain the overflow out. I take water out of the ice chest and pour into the jug. Then I have to heat the jug up over the header because you can't pour ice cold water in a motor. So I heat the fucking jug up. Of course, we're there for a fucking hour. Pour that water in it, barely makes a dent, fire the car up, steam, oil blow by. We drove it up to the store about a mile and a half. We get up to the store, I fill the thing full of water. It's huffing out of both valve covers and steam coming out of the tailpipe. So I told Brantley, I said, well, that's it, game over. We drove it on to the motel room. Now, this is one thing that Brantley did that really, really touched me and touched me deep. So we get to the stoplight. We're fixing to turn into the motel. And he said, Papa, are you all right? I said, no, son, I'm really not. So he puts his hand on my shoulder. He said, don't worry about it, Papa. We will work it. We will work this out, or we will figure this out together. I said, okay, dude, we'll figure it out. Next morning, we're going to rent a car. Go ahead and do sick week. The car I wanted to rent wasn't available till the next day. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I got to Uber over, get the truck, blah, 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 blah. So I go out and I fire the car up. I want to make sure that it does have a blown head gasket. Fire it up, bring it up temperature, make sure it's topped off with water. It's not blown by now the valve covers. And the steam that was coming out of it it was very, very little. It didn't smell like antifreeze. I'm like, fuck yes. Actually, I was going, it's too good to be true, but fuck yes. So we get in the car, we go to the grocery store. Car's doing perfect. We drive out to the racetrack, which is about 11 miles altogether, or 9 miles. Get to the fucking racetrack. We pull in by the trailer. I'm texting saying we're there. All of a sudden, steam out from underneath the hood again. I pop the hood up on it, and it's got the steam is coming out of the valve covers. Definitely game over. So we loaded the car up. Actually, I told Brantley, I said, what do you want to do, son? Because this was about us having fun and spending time together. He said, Papa, it don't matter the car broke. I've had fun hanging out with you. I said, do you want to go do something different? He goes, Papa, what do you want to do? I said, really, I want to go back and get the gold car finished once and for all, to where we never have to worry about this again, and then get the red car buttoned up and go do some testing with it, get it ready. He said, Papa, sounds like we have a plan. So I drove straight back through and came back home. Had a lot of cars show up at sick week. It was going to be a killer event. It still is a killer event. It didn't change. Probably got better without me being there. But that's also what prompted that I have to get rid of some of this stuff and not let it set to the point that there's something wrong with it or I can't get to it and so on and so forth. Because for me, cars I own, I had to borrow one to do that with. Yeah, that's just not right. I don't care who you are, that's not right. So 615 is fixing to go in the back of my truck. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it in my gold car, which is what I should have probably done in the first place. But then again, it probably would have done the same thing here because of the cam sync. But this is going in there. I'm going to get it buttoned up. I'm going to get it finished. Then we're going to jump over and we're going to get the red car done, load it up in the trailer, and go get it tested. So there's my sick week debacle. Only me can have that kind of shit happen to them. You can't write a script about that.